Hey kids, it's your dad here, back for another exciting adventure in the planets of the Outer Wilds. I went back and watched the VOD of my last adventure to the Quantum Moon, and aside from feeling the torturous pain of watching myself explore the moon without looking at the map, I also realized a few things about my conversation with Solanum. In general, I tend to take in information and then process after the fact, after I have a more complete picture. It's just kind of the way my brain functions. I don't process well in situ sometimes. So as I watched the VODs, a few questions came into my mind. Number one, how the hell is Solanum still alive? The Nomai died out in a cataclysm hundreds of thousands of years ago. And even if that cataclysm couldn't reach the quantum moon, that was a long time. So I guess time is weird on the quantum moon is all I can think of. And also I remember seeing that name before, and I went back and I saw the name in what I now recognize was the schoolhouse. And Solanum was the first person to posit that perhaps the eye wasn't a conscious entity, which I find interesting because the Nomai all had this great purpose that helped them pull out of survival and into thrival in this new solar system they were trapped in, and they believed the eye called them to a purpose. And I had the same feeling when I started this game, that the Nomai had called me to a purpose, and I've been fairly disabused of that notion in recent loops. And I do wonder if all of this is a big cosmic coincidence. If the eye is just a thing, it's just a quantum thing, the signal is just the quantum signal that all quantum objects radiate, and the Nomai came for no real purpose. It's a little bit of a bleak outlook, and I don't think that this is, again, a little metagamey. I'd be surprised if that was the point of the game, is that nothing matters. And it's all just cosmic coincidence. But I did have this one thought as I've been thinking about, it's been itching in the back of my mind the entire time, which is the scale of this game is weird. And I've chalked it up to, it's a game. It's a representation of something. And it struck me yesterday, it's been a couple days since I played this game, it struck me yesterday, what if it is indeed a simulation? What if this whole damn thing is like a Nomai simulation, and they are trying to find the eye, and all of this 9 million time loops, these small planets that are close together, is just to speed up a simulation so they can find the eye? It's kind of a crackpot theory, and it's probably not right. I don't actually think that that's true. Again, just from a game design perspective, it would be a bit of a punch to the nuts to have your whole experience be sort of like nullified like that. But, maybe I'm starting to believe in the simulation theory of the Outer Wilds universe, knowing that this is a simulation because it's a game, but I'm talking like inside the game. So I went to the Quantum Moon last. All right, like getting back on task. I went to the Quantum Moon last. We learned from Solanum that I also noticed that this is, if I was watching this, I would have been super annoyed. I missed a dialogue option, I think, from Solanum. Maybe I grabbed it at the last second. It's not enough for me to go back to the Quantum Moon, but if I did miss one and you noticed it and you were like, what is wrong with this person? I apologize. I am what I am. So I was able to land on the surface of the Quantum Moon. I found a dead Nomai in a spacesuit near the South Pole, which is, I thought that was Solanum at first, but there's like a dead Nomai on every planet, which is odd. And they've not talked about dying at the Quantum Moon. Like, no one's not come back from the Quantum Moon. So I don't know what that means. But, Lake Bed Cave. A Nomai named Coleus was standing on the Wandering Rock. Oh, this was supposed to teach me quantum entanglement, and I think I got that, so I'm not going to go there. Other places where I have more to explore is the Sunless City, the Hanging City, and the Hanging City is most directly connected to the Black Hole Forge, so I think that's where we're going to go today, because the Black Hole Forge, again, I'm metagaming, but Just trying to follow any lead I can. The Black Hole Forge seemed to be closely connected to the Ash Twin project. If I recall, the Black Hole Forge is where they made the cores for the warp core, like the warps. And so what I'm wondering is, I still think that the only way to get inside the Ash Twin project is one of these warp devices. And so maybe there's a warp core that takes me to the Black Hole Forge there. So, oh, the other thing, and actually, you know what? I'm going to do this first. I have not followed the signals to the escape pods or the vessel. I don't know if the vessel has a signal, but the escape pod should. It's been a while since I've been inside of Dark Bramble. I generally have figured out how to navigate Dark Bramble without dying. So let's go do that. I'm glad that there's more in there because I absolutely adore the terror of almost being eaten by the freaking anglerfish. All right, where are you? Super far off planets. There you are. I've noticed I'm much more observant when I'm watching someone play a game versus playing a game. I saw the autopilot option. Now, I'm trusting that this is not going to kill me. We're still accelerating. Yeah, look at this, firing retro rockets. I knew there was autopilot in some way because when I left the solar system earlier, it sent me back against my will. But this is fantastic. Autopilot complete. Incredible. Now, we are going to land on... We're going to land on the brambles. And we are going to hop inside. Land. Come on, you can do it. Yes. Yes. Oh, I could do this. Slam it down. Hey, is it sideways? Sure. Do we care? Nah. Let's boogie. Open hatch. I am wearing my suit, so hopefully I won't die. And let's get straight in there. Now, I think what I discovered last time is... Hold on, before I fall in, we want distress beacon signals. Yep. Oh, is this one of the lights? I believe I can accelerate and move with no problem if I'm not in my ship, which is terrifying. I'm still going to drift, though, to save fuel and avoid any unnecessary complications. Am I slowing down? Come on. I guess there's atmosphere, so there's drag here. So much for drifting. Okay, that sound is going to drive me nuts. All right. Oh, I hear you breathing. So freaky. All right, get in the hole. Ha. Oh. We're gonna go around. Boy, I hope there is oxygen or fuel where I'm going. Yeah, trapped in the brambles. Look at this. These poor Nomai must have had an absolutely terrifying end. Like, I know that there is some terror in being on a planet, like stranded on a planet that's, you know, falling apart, being destroyed by meteors coming from the moon, you know, or... yeah, there it is. Look at that. Or being on a planet where, you know, the entire planet dumps itself on your planet and then goes away and back and forth. But, like, being stuck here... Damn. Pass. Hard pass. We did it! Oh, boy. I mean, this is like a horror film ending. Sekka, that's the name I haven't heard before. Our escape pod crashed as we tried to flee this place, destroying our movement and communication capabilities in the process. We've held out as long as we could, but this pod's supply of breathable air is nearly depleted and the anglerfish attack more and more frequently. Our best chance at survival is to return to the vessel to either repair the damage or more probably await rescue. Sekka, is the message finished? The vessel's beacon is already growing fainter. We will be gone in a matter of hours. It will be gone in a matter of hours. We need to leave here quickly. Okay. So the ship is somewhere in here. How do I find it? There is a new problem. Our equipment is detecting two distinct beacons from the vessel. But it isn't possible for the vessel to be in two different locations at the same time. I agree, but the beacons are exactly identical to each other. Perhaps if I had more time. We're nearly out of time already, Din. The vessel's beacon is quickly fading. Soon it will be gone and we will be lost. We will follow the beacon whose source is nearest to us. But suppose that beacon is false. We likely don't have enough air to reach the farther of the two beacons, Din. The decision is made for us. We'll leave a trail of lights as we go. There's still a chance someone could hear our escape pod's distress signal. Oh, you poor Nomai. Escape pod 3. Vessel has been mortally injured. Yep. Launching escape pod 3. Multiple collisions have altered pod's trajectory. Significant damage to pod detected. Navigation error, life support error, propulsion error. Well, I've seen those messages before. Scanning external environment. Scan complete. Gravity not detected. Breathable air not detected. Multiple life forms detected. Potentially hostile. Verdict, do not exit pod. Well, I mean, the good news is... if I do that, I'm cooked. I am toast if I launch that door. They're going to just come eat this whole escape pod. So let's get the hell out of here. Is this the door? This is the door. Okay, so they said they're going to leave a trail of lights. Do I see any lights? Okay, the stress beacon is only picking up this. I don't see any lights except that is the nest, right? That's the eggs. Oh boy. I'm just looking for any lights. I mean, that's the only light that I see. Let's put this away because the crackling is bugging me. That's very likely an anglerfish. What do we think? Anglerfish? Oh, I hope it's not. I hope it's not. Yep, it is. It is. It is. Go back. Go back. Go back. Oof. We are critically low on supplies. Ooh. No, that leads to the central nest, right? But what other leads do I have? Look at these all guys just waiting. Oh, well, I guess when I get that close, I was dead anyway, but I guess when I get that close, they can hear me. All right, well, We have to follow lights. I want to find the vessel. I don't know if that's going to give me any information that I need, but I want to find the vessel. And I actually wonder if I can, if this is hopefully not a terrible mistake, take the ship inside. No, I'll lose it. If I take the ship inside, I'll lose it, and there will be no way out. And I do not feel quite cynical enough in this game to plan for death. Autopilot, go. Here we go. Sit back, relax. In the true Hearthian fashion, take a nap while my ship crashes. I think I may have missed my calling. I think maybe I was born to be a Hearthian. These guys have life figured out. They're not worried about this end of the world happening over and over again. Gabbro is like pretty alright with everything. Slow down. Now I'm going to take a wild guess that, like the Quantum Moon, wherever I land here and go inside, I'm going to end up in the same spot when I enter the planet. Let's try not to get crushed by our own ship. Let's head down. Equip Signalscope. Okay, we're going towards this light. Yeah, so they said they were going to leave lights as a trail. Now, these bright lights I can see from far away only seem to be related to either anglerfish or then like a set of portals. So I don't think that that's what I should be looking for. But let's just get to the beacon. And we'll go from there. Also, why haven't I not identified this beacon yet? Let's go down. Man, it's really tangled up in here, isn't it? Stop. Lights! How did I miss that before? Let's go. I mean, pretty insane that these lights have stayed put for, again, hundreds of thousands of years. What? They died here because they can't get through. That is horrible. Guys. To any who come here searching for us, we followed one of the two beacons from the vessel to this place, but now can go no further. It's almost too faint to hear now, but the vessel's beacon is still faintly emitting from within this thorny seed, yet the opening is too small for even a single nomad to fit through, so our escape pod couldn't have flown through here. I don't understand how this could be possible, but this gruesome place seems to be able to manipulate space itself. Maybe this was our undoing. To be so close to the location of the vessel and still so far is difficult. Worse, the vessel's beacon is dying soon. Soon we will be unable to hear it. There's nothing we can do now but try to perhaps find a way inside, or at least attempt to comprehend why this happened. My dearest hope is that the other escape pods were able to reach relative safety. Oh. Man. There's the vessel. I can follow my scout's signal. I want to do like some last rites for y'all, but running out of fuel and time. Of course it's in the nest. Oh man. That is... I don't know. That feels maybe even worse than being eaten by one of these damn anglerfish. The hope of being so close to being able to hear your ship. Ooh, okay. We're gonna drift over here. Good Lord. This is not comfortable. Deep breaths. All is well. Wonder how fast this guy can turn around. You know what? I'm gonna drift for just a little bit longer. Or at least still making some minuscule progress towards the ship. And I want to be away from these idiots. Yes, 3 minutes is not long, but... Okay. They can't hear me, I hope. I'm not hearing any noises that sound like me about to get eaten. Yes, fuel level is critical. So we're going to continue to drift. Are we going to come out close to the scout? Or to the ship? Close-ish. Do we have enough oomph to get us there? Watching my fuel levels. I see it. Wow. Thank you, little scout. Wow. This is the vessel, huh? Hole ripped into it. No, my skeletons floating around. You know what? We're gonna let the wall slow us down. Just kidding. Almost out of fuel. I don't think this uses any fuel. Wouldn't it be nice? Now, they seem to indicate that there might be air and or fuel here. How do I open the doors? I probably don't. Ooh, dangerously low. That tree is dead. Those Nomai are dead. Yes, I'm aware. Is there anything to learn here? Oh boy. Yeah, I think I know how we're gonna die. We're gonna just join these skeletons. Alright. Man, that's bleak. That's heavy. This has been a tough 2 cycles. Alright, I want to check the ship's computer to see if there is more to learn in Dark Bramble about the ship. I want to explore the ship with more than 30 seconds of air and 1/30th of a tank of fuel. Escape pod 3. No, my grave. Oof. Yeah, there's more to explore on the vessel. Yeah. Those poor Nomai. Alright, I think that seals the deal. We need to take the ship inside. At least into the first portal. I love this atmosphere effect. Autopilot. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride, fellas. I appreciate that the Nomai did not give up. I mean, at the last, they had to. Yeah, please align my flight trajectory to not go into the sun. That was interesting. Interesting choice, autopilot. I wonder if the autopilot would send me directly into the sun if it was in the way. I should probably watch for that. Because it did not mind skirting the corona. Am I about to crash into the planet? No. Nah, we're good. Okay, abort. Alright, so Signalscope, distress beacon. Let's go in with some velocity. Distress beacon is up. Again, minimal thrusters, because I'm assuming this is much louder than my jetpack. And we're actually going to here. Okay, yes, my velocity. Stop, 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 stop. Alright, we're gonna get out of the ship. Abandon ship. Before we get eaten. Where is... Oof, oof, oof. This time it is this way. Let's head in. Now, we ran out of fuel first, so we do need to be somewhat conservative on our fuel usage. Ooh! Look at this. We found the lights. Oh, we're burning a lot of fuel to turn around. Bump. Fine. Breathe. This place is so creepy. Okay, now I need to... Yep, that's fine. Ooh. Fellas, sorry you died. Duplicate signal. Is there one closer? Well, yes, there is one closer. It's that one. All right, let's get through here. Yep. Very sad music for a very sad thing. Alright, this at least gives me some momentum going in. You didn't hear me? No problem, guys. You are... Why do you have eyes if you're blind? That's not a fair question. They can't help it. And they are plenty deadly with the senses they have. I don't even want to talk in my microphone. I know that's ridiculous, but I am still so scarred from the first time I saw one of these. Okay. Are we a safe distance? Are we about to run into any other ones? Just give it a little more time. Yep, I think we're safe. I hope. Alright, so we have half fuel and half oxygen. Hey, look at that, half fuel. Should be enough. I'm hoping that there is some source of fuel, or at least oxygen, in the ship. Now, I've discovered nothing from the ship so far in my log, and that tells me that there is more. Oh, these must be where the escape pods launched from, perhaps? Can I go in there? No. How can I enter the ship? The only other thought I have is if there's no doors, is that the brambles are hollow. Do I see any opening? And perhaps I can get inside a bramble to go through and get into the ship. But I found an opening. It just didn't do much for me. There were doors that I don't know how to open. In any case, it's nice to get a look at this thing. I've been reading about it so much. Okay. Where is... Oof, the hole punctured in this thing. Groaning and creaking. So creepy. Yeah, I see that. Am I missing something super obvious? I am not in much better shape than when I found this the first time. There is no other way in? We're burning through that fuel. And fuel is gone. Oxygen is gone. And we're a skeleton again. You know what? We're just gonna meditate real quick. Yeah, breathing in the not air. Deep breaths. Slow breaths. Alright, my new answer is take the ship in deeper.